What was the full word for to complete?
完成完成
Now, to complete is quite a formal word. If you just want to express more casually that you're finished with something, you can just use the first character, wan, and combine it with the verb that you are completing. For example, to say, I finished eating, you say,
我吃完了我吃完了
This is a far more common way to say you finished something in everyday usage. When used in this way, the wan is technically referred to as a verb complement because it's giving additional or complementary information about the verb. And notice that it comes after the verb it's complementing. Using wan as a verb complement, how would you ask, have you finished watching?
你看完了吗你看完了吗
Ask, have you finished watching TV?
你看完电视了吗你看完电视了吗
Again, for casual situations, this method of using wan by itself is far more common. The full word, wancheng, tends to be reserved for larger projects, as its use indicates a level of achievement and completion. How do you say, I like to read books?
我喜欢看书我喜欢看书
How would you ask, have you finished reading that book?
你看完那本书了吗你看完那本书了吗
And using the full word for to complete, how might you say, I'm unable to complete my work?
我不能完成我的工作
What was the word for inside?
里面
Say, we're in the restaurant.
我们在饭店里
What was the word for Chinese food?
中国菜
The word for to order food in a restaurant is
点菜点菜点菜点菜
That's the same third tone dian as a little, idian, or 1 o'clock, idian zhong. In this case, it means to point to or to mark out. And the fourth tone, cai, means dishes, as used in 中国菜. So together they mean to point to or mark out dishes. Say, we would like to order.
我们想点菜我们想点菜
Do you remember how to ask, what food do you like, or what dishes do you like?
你喜欢什么菜你喜欢什么菜
We discussed this grammar structure of putting 什么 in between the verb and noun earlier, and mentioned that it was very common. For example, how did you say, what food are you eating?
你在吃什么饭
And what book are you reading?
你在看什么书
So how might you ask, what food will you order?
你要点什么菜你要点什么菜
And you can also leave off the cai and just say, what will you order?
你要点什么？
Generally speaking, the longer expressions are an invitation for a more detailed response, and the shorter ones are more functional. So the waiter might ask you, 你要点什么? Because their aim is to record it and do a job. But your foodie friend might ask you, 你要点什么菜? Because they're interested in your description of your choices. This tends to extend to expressions like 你在看什么 and 你在看什么书 as well. The longer expression is more probing and perhaps asking for a description of the book. Say again, I would like to order.
我想点菜。
Now, how would you say, we still haven't ordered?
我们还没点菜。Or 我们还没有点菜。
How might you suggest, let's order?
我们点菜吧。我们点菜吧。
Do you still remember the words for today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow?
今天、明天、后天。
And how did you say 4 cups of tea?
4杯茶。
Say Apple Corporation or Apple Company.
苹果公司。
Say, I have an Apple computer.
我有苹果电脑。
How would you say 5 photographs? Remember the correct counter.
5张照片。
Say, I would like to ask you a question.
我想问你一个问题。我想问你一个问题。
Ask, does your family live in Shanghai?
你家人住在上海吗？你家人住在上海吗？
Ask, do you want to return home? Meaning home to your country.
你想回国吗？你想回国吗？
Say, I still haven't completed my work.
我还没完成我的工作。我还没完成我的工作。
Remember, the full wancheng was quite a serious word, often used for larger projects. How did you say, I haven't finished eating?
我还没吃完。我还没吃完。
Dropping the chung and placing the wan after the verb was more common for everyday tasks. How would you say, what would you like to order?
你想点什么 ？Or 你想点什么菜？
Now, do you remember that I said 想 literally means to think? To say I haven't decided or I haven't finished thinking, you can't really use wan and say 我还没想完 because that implies completing a task, as if the decision was a project assigned to you. Instead, you can use the word for good. Listen.
我还没想好。我还没想好。
That's a bit like thought well, and using 好 like this, you can express finishing very short tasks. Doing so, how would you say, OK, I've decided, or OK, I've thought about it?
好的，我想好了。好的，我想好了。
There are no fixed limits between 好, wan, and wancheng, so naturally they overlap somewhat. For example, you tend to use 好 for thinking of something, but could use either 晚 or 好 for finishing dinner or reading a short book. With that in mind, how might you ask, have you done it?
你做好了吗 or 你做完了吗
Here, the verb 做, meaning to do, has been combined with 完. This gives a generic have you done it meaning, but equally you could still use 做好 as well. Do you remember how to say a little?
一点
And what were the words for above and under, or on top and below?
上下
Listen to how you would say, wait a moment.
等一下等一下等一下
That's literally wait one moment. Third tone deng means to wait. I means one, and xia means under or below, but when combined with I means a moment. Say, please wait a moment.
请等一下
This manner of saying 一下 is extremely common and can be added on the end of practically any verb to suggest doing it for a moment. For example, how might you say, I would like to look for a moment? Or in natural English, I would like to take a look.
我想看一下我想看一下
And now say just, I'll think for a moment.
我想一下我想一下
This method of adding a couple of characters on the end makes such statements politer as well as less ambiguous. For example, if someone just said 我想, it wouldn't be clear if they meant I'll think or I would like. Another way to clarify it, though, is just to repeat the verb in place of the 下. Listen.
我想一想我想一想
Using that method, say, please wait a moment.
请等一等请等一等
And in casual conversation, the E is sometimes dropped from such sentences. Listen.
我想想啊我想想啊
Using whichever method you like, ask, can I take a look?
我可以看一下吗 or 我可以看看吗
Now, how did we say, I would like to drink a little beer?
我想喝一点啤酒 or 我想喝点啤酒
Notice there, 一点 took the meaning of a little when talking about the quantity of beer. But you can also use 一下 to refer to spending a little time drinking. Listen.
我想喝一下啤酒我想喝一下啤酒
So, 一点 refers to a little quantity, and 一下 refers to a little time. How would you say, wait a moment, I still haven't decided?
等一下我还没想好等一下我还没想好
How might you ask, would you like to taste it a moment? Meaning, would you like to try it? Referring to food.
你想吃一下吗你想吃一下吗
Now, earlier, how did we say, I would like to ask?
我想问，
So how might you make that more polite and say, I'd like to ask for a moment?
我想问一下，
Used in this way, you're suggesting you'll only take a moment of their time, and it's generally a much politer way to ask something. And do you remember how to say, may I ask?
请问，
So how might you say, may I ask a moment?
请问一下，请问一下，
And how would you ask, will it rain tomorrow?
明天会下雨吗？
Do you still remember the words for last year and the year before last?
去年、前年、
And what about before and after?
以前、以后、
And in front and behind? Remember, if it helps, you can think of in front as standing before someone. Is this a dagger I see before me?
前面、后面、
And what was yesterday and the day before yesterday?
昨天、前天、
And what about next month and the month after next?
下个月、下下个月。
How might a waiter ask, would you like to order?
你想点菜吗？你想点菜吗？
How might you instruct someone, don't speak?
你不要说话。你不要说话。
Say, please wait a moment.
请等一下。请等一下。
Ask, do you want to go to the restaurant at 8 to eat breakfast?
你8点要去饭店吃早饭吗？ Or 你8点钟要去饭店吃早饭吗？
Say, I'd like to, but tomorrow morning I have no time.
想要，但是明天早上我没有时间。想要，但是明天早上我没有时间。
Notice the use of xiang and yao together there. This is an interesting situation because you can't really use yao on its own, as it would mean you will. So in this situation, you need to express that you would like to, but ... Say, I haven't completed my work.
我没有完成我的工作。Or 我没完成我的工作。
How would you say student?
学生。
How would you make that plural and say the students?
学生们。
Say, the students all haven't completed their work.
学生们都没有完成他们的工作。学生们都没有完成他们的工作。
How did you say computer, telephone, and TV?
电脑、电话、电视。
And what was brain?
脑子。
Say, I'd like to give him a call.
我想给他打电话。我想给他打电话。
Say, I have a question I want to ask him.
我有个问题要问他。我有个问题要问他。
Ask, will he be coming next month?
他下个月要来吗？
Say, OK, wait a second, I'll ask him.
好，等一下，我问问他。好，等一下，我问问他。